Taylor, congratulations. First off, becoming the all-time winningest coach in franchise history. What was it like in the locker room after everyone acknowledged that?
Thank you, DeMichael. I mean, it's an unbelievable honor to be among the company of so many great coaches that have come before me. I always talk about the unbelievable responsibility I have to be the head coach of this franchise, the faith that Robert's had in me, Zach's had in me, our players, the staff I get to work with every single day. I told the guys, I love this group. I love the groups I've had in the past, and I love coming to work every single day. It's a privilege and it's an honor. We had a nice little celebration in there. It's not about me at the end of the day. We've got a lot more work to do, but I wake up every day being happy. I think I said that yesterday. It's an absolute blessing to be in this position, to be able to do what you love every single day, to be able to have people around you that take your leadership, your guidance, allow you to coach them, but then on the same token, they help me get better, and they challenge me to be better every single day. And I'm far from perfect, and I have a lot to do, but when I think about the history of this position, Lionel Hollins, what an unbelievable coach, and what he did for this franchise and for this community. And I talked about yesterday the relationships with the players. The playoff victories and the regular season success, and Coach Yeager and Hubie before us, just paved the way. It's a privilege, as I said, and I even talked to some of them before, Coach Fratello as well. They said Memphis is going to give you everything they got if you give them everything you got, but they're going to give it to you tenfold. So I hope I can give it to them tenfold, and they can give it to me 100-fold and more. So it's an honor. It's a blessing. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's a cool milestone, and ready to get back to work tomorrow, but great celebration with the group.
Teams had some rough three-point shooting nights lately. Big night tonight. Do you think that was more about just guys making shots, or was there something about the rhythm and the ball movement that you think led to that? And then the second thing, looked like your life flashed before your eyes on that inbounds pass to Jaron that almost got stolen. What was sort of your reaction to it slipping a little bit there in the fourth quarter?
I'll start with the second one. Yeah, definitely flashed before my eyes. Thankfully we were up 4, and thankfully Jaron came to meet the pass. We talked about that was going to be a denial situation. They were pre-switching. We were trying to get that pre-switch out of the way, but then I said, that's fine, just take it. And then Jaron flashed him, but I think they even changed the matchup on the backside. And, late, they started switching a lot, and it really made it hard for us to get to the paint. The ball movement, like you talked about, obviously, 6 guys scoring in double figures. I think all but one guy had an assist tonight, and multiple guys off the bench had 4, 6 assists. Really impressed. But it started with our defensive activity. We talked about that after the game last night, not even just today. But we got to play with pace. That's our identity. It's real simple. Play with fast, pace, principles, and movement. It was great. They started denying some things. We got stalled out a little bit, but the intent was there. I showed them the film and said it's all about the intent. We're going to come out with the effort, the intention, 5 guys playing together, both sides of the floor. I thought we saw that tonight. And when teams are switching, it can't be a one-on-one battle. We got to keep that ball moving and cutting, and hopefully this fourth quarter is a learning opportunity as we move forward.
Coach, up the back here, first off, congratulations on becoming the winningest coach.
Thank you.
In regards to Des, obviously he had a tough night just shooting last night, and then comes out and bounces back. It's a double-double. Just what did you think of his resilience to kind of give that performance tonight?
It's unbelievable. His care factors, one of the best I've ever seen. And, he took a lot of ownership last night, but the entire group was like, hey, man, it's on all of us. But he wears it. He and I talked, and he was like, hey, I've been through this before. Can't wait to bounce back tomorrow. He used his voice so much throughout the game, in the timeouts and the huddles, even before the game, about what we had to do to come, what we had to do coming out tonight, bounce back after, a difficult loss last night. And I thought he had great intent. How he was pushing the pace, playing fast, took him a couple minutes to get going. Obviously, seeing the ball go through the net, when he does that lid pops off, which we had talked about. Some of the playmaking, I got a great emotion in one play. He went full court, collapsed the defense, 3 guys, hits Jalen for a corner, wide open shot. That's our style of play, and he can be an engine for us. But, huge game from him. He had a big impact.
And then also, has there been any talks on the guys buying you dinner or anything to celebrate?
No, I'm buying them dinner.
Even amid a really good offensive performance tonight, still a lot of turnovers. For you, that's been sort of a recurring thing this season. To you, is that more a byproduct of guys getting used to the pace and the style, or more a byproduct of so many guys in and out of the lineup?
I think it's a little bit more of the pace. I mean, yeah, there's maybe a little undertone of the chemistry guys in and out, just getting a feel. Our movement patterns are our movement patterns, but everyone's got to be on the same page. And I kept telling them, like, I love our cuts, but it's setting up your other teammate that's open. We're trying to get these high-risk plays. We were making it too often tonight. That's been a theme all season long. Like, we do want to cut on the baseline. We do want to cut from the wing, but we don't have to throw that bounce pass every single time. You do that, weak side defender comes. Maybe it's throwing it there. Maybe it's not there. You play on the other side. It's a learning process right now. And then the other one is just when we're playing in crowds. It's double teams. It's, late rotations. We just got to be better there, and that's the individual film these guys are watching, how guys are collapsing on them when they're driving. So hopefully if we can improve in those two areas, we're in better shape moving forward, but it's definitely a concern that we've got to address.
Taylor, so tonight, Cam Spencer made his debut. I know for him, it's really kind of getting his legs under him since he didn't get to go through training camp or preseason or anything. Just really kind of what stood out to you is like building blocks for him going forward, whether it's with the main roster or with the hustle. Yeah, you don't get to see it behind closed doors. This guy works his tail off every single day. Obviously, stellar collegiate career, a champion, but his work ethic is one of the best. And we've got an unbelievable, rookie class. And to add him to that group, obviously seeing what Zach and Jalen have done so far, we've got a lot of belief in this kid. He's all about winning. He's all about doing everything the team asked him to do. And when he got his opportunity, he was ready. Obviously, we're being smart with his minutes because he hasn't had that ramp-up period like the rest of the group. But coming in, his movement, his pace, his rebounding, his unselfishness to kick the ball ahead, he's in attack mode. He wants to go out there and make a winning play every single time. And I love that about him. And you're going to get to see more of him as he continues to put work in.
Desmond Bain called you the best coach he's ever played for, and even in the low moments, I think a lot of the players have really stood up and taken your back. I'm just curious what that has meant to you over these years.
They don't have to do that because I hope they know that I got their back. We're in this together. When I hear that, it definitely warms my heart. I'm going to fight tooth and nail for these guys in whatever capacity possible. And as I told them, I just love being able to work with a group of guys that allow me to coach them and teach them, and they make me better. And the relationships I built with these guys, on the floor, but especially off the court, just learn about them and growing as men, and whether it's their families growing and just allowing me to have kind of access into their lives and whatever they want me to have in their life, and to be able to push them to be better basketball players, to allow me to have our staff push them as well, their receptiveness to that, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's what every coach dreams of. I've got unbelievable people I work with, and it starts with the players. That come into work every single day. We go through tough times. I even told them, guys, we have our ups and downs throughout this, but how this group stays together, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's hard to describe, but we have a lot more work to do. That's exactly what I'm going to say. It's not about me. It's about this group getting better. But the care factor that we all have for each other, about what we're trying to accomplish, and the work that we put in every single day, it's really special that I get to be a part of that.
Coach, still kind of on the same lines of that. This might be a little unfair question, but what felt better, your first win as a head coach or this one tonight?
Man, that's a tough one to answer. You'll always remember your first. It took me a minute. I think it was maybe our third game of the season, but to be able to do it at home and in that fashion was unbelievable. This one hasn't really sunk in yet, and I'm just so focused on the task ahead. But when you get your first head coach victory, to be able to say, wow, I'm ahead to the NBA and I actually won a game finally, that's a warm feeling. And, I'm blessed to be a part of this franchise. How many great coaches and teams have, come before us and set the standard that we're trying to build on. And I think I'll have a moment probably tonight with my family, and then, we'll have an off day tomorrow and back to work, on Friday in practice to let it sink in. And when I step back into the building and see this group, how they work their tails off every single day, to know I don't even know what the win total is. I'm so focused on, every single day. It'll probably sink in that this was, really special as well. Great. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.